Hi everyone, welcome back to Barney's Anniversary Month. I hope you enjoyed part 1 where we discussed the first 3 home videos, and now we are on to part 2, and we are discussing 5 videos today, so let's get started on where we left off. Barney Safety. Well, what do you know? The first Barney clip show to be released in stores nationwide. Anyway, this video follows Barney looking for his safety book and tells the kids, Min, Sean, Tasha, and Jason about safety rules. And there was continuity to past Barney episodes where they talk about walking across the street safely, fire safety, and some things that you would never do at home, and asking a grown-up for help. This video took place in December of 1994, and then it was released on April 11th, 1995, while Barney and Friends is still airing. This clip show would also air on PBS in 1995, and it also had a Spanish release, which a photo of this cover was found very recently. Anyway, I think Barney Safety is a good clip show. It does a good job teaching the viewers about safety rules if there was a fire or some things that you would never do at home or walking across the street. So therefore, I'm gonna have to give Barney Safety a 9 out of 10. Barney Songs. Ah yes, the first Barney Songs video ever made before they make some sequels for the next few years. This is why I call them the Barney Songs Saga. The new material joins Barney as he lands the viewers into fun songs from Barney and Friends Season 3. And that's basically it. There's nothing much else to say about it. It is a nice Barney clip show. This was the first time that the current Barney Home Video logo is used, although in the screener, used a slightly different version of the logo. If you don't believe me, why not compare the logo used between the mid-90s until the 2010s to the prototype version? Oh yeah, and when Hit Entertainment released Barney Songs in 2006 on DVD, 3 songs were removed, such as Look Through the Window, Who Took the Cookies, and Little Red Caboose, and there's not an explanation as to why those songs were removed. Thank goodness for the VCD release back in 1999, and you can simply use the DVD quality and the VCD quality to make it feel like a complete DVD release. And I mean really, watch this.
Why, sometimes just seeing friends like you makes me want to sing.
Anyway, Barney Songs is a decent clip show with some great songs, and Barney is the only cast member to appear in the new content. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I give Barney Songs a 6 out of 10. Barney's Talent Show. Well, these guys sure did put on a show, didn't they? After Super Sean the Magnificent tries to do a magic trick on Ashley with those boxes, Barney and the kids decide to put on a talent show, but Steven is unsure about it because he had stage fright. We'll talk about him later. Everyone was performing their acts, getting their spotlights, getting their clothing, and making and building the props. And hey, I'm really surprised of how smart those kids when they're handling dangerous and tough material, including the older kids. After building the props, it's showtime. They sung about the Wild West, a teacher and the kids singing about a French song, playing random instruments of the Blue Danube Waltz, singing Down by the Bay, a puppet show about a frog who wanted to get married, doing a Mexican hat dance also known as La Raspa. Super Sean the Magnificent finally get a rabbit out of the hat after 3 failed attempts.
He did it!
Ashley and Alyssa being copycat sisters, a snappy, happy dancing moment, saying about shoes, and putting a great finale. First of all, it's great to see Ashley, Alyssa, and Steven being main characters after appearing in one and making occasional appearances. Second, Steven is pretty relatable because he is afraid to go on stage by himself, but later it all paid off when he started to sing in the final act of the show. And third, the songs and music are great. This is where Puttin' on a Show made its debut here, and it is a really catchy song from both renditions from Bob Singleton and Joseph Phillips, no matter what version of the song that I listen to. Also, Min's Flapper Song Dance is good, and it is a homage to the Flapper songs in the 1920s, and the other songs that appeared once, or twice, or a few times in a row, are really good. Now let's get into the facts. Bob LaValle, a future production designer, was brought in to consult the stage set. The twin sisters' mother is mentioned and would later make her appearance in Aunt Rachel Is Here in Season 5. The stage curtains would be reused in Barney's Super Singing Circus, the first home video since Barney Goes to School to have more than 4 kids. The video used the Season 3 intro rather than making their own intro. I guess that they didn't have time to make their own intro in time. And of course, in the screener version, there are some differences, such as the dog's barking wasn't heard during the Get Along Little Doggy musical number.
Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, get along little doggies. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, get along little doggies.
Then this dialogue from Barney right here.
Oh, let's go, Alyssa. We're next.
But they were later removed from the final product. A different piece of music plays before Barney winks, and it has different audio. If you watch the screener and the final product of this video, you'll see what I mean. Overall, Barney's talent show is great. The kids are great, same for Barney, and they put on a fantastic show. So, I'll have to give this video a solid 10 out of 10. Barney's Fun and Games. Well, this is a fun one. The kids were playing school in the treehouse, and then after that, Barney comes in and they played hide and seek and tag for recess. Even Baby Bop and BJ joins in on the fun. After saying about games, Barney had a great idea for some games that they can play, and he brings out his spectacular game machine from the closet, but it was all empty, so they had to find lots of playthings in order for this to work. They got some toys and games that they had in the classroom and treehouse, then they played them, and then put them into the game machine afterwards. After all the things that they can find, they said the rhyme, and everything explodes into action. The kids and the dinos took turns of spinning the wheel and then jump into the spaces. First, we have a carnival of numbers making silly sounds with a boombox tape recorder, being in the bed, and then 3 kids rolled over, flying pretend airplanes, a present where Baby Bop finds her blank key at last, and of course, the final space of the game. There are almost a lot of things to like about this video. I find it pretty funny that Barney sneezes under the parachute, then pretending that they are in a barbershop where Barber Barney, with an Italian accent, makes one of the insane hairstyles ever. Barney stomping his feet after he misses one bottle when they're playing bottle bowling, and the Play School PS 475 radio tape recorder makes an appearance. Now I'll go over the kids. This is Kristen's debut in the Barney franchise before she was carried over into the television series into Season 4. And for Jessie, no, not that Jessie from Disney's Jessie. Thank you. This is Jessie's only appearance, and then he was never seen again after that, So, what's the point of bringing in one-off characters anyway? And this is Min's final appearance until she returns into some home videos, which we'll get to at a later date. Now on to BJ. While it's not much different from the previous suit from Season 3, but the pupils are slightly bigger and the body spots were brighter, his head was made slightly smaller and wider, and the top of his frill was more indented and grounded. And if you watch Barney's Sensational Day and later appearances up to early Season 4, BJ's mouth is notably less movable. Anyway, the songs in this video are really good. The song Games would make its debut here, and it would get used a couple of times in the hit era until 2009. Props to David Bernard Wolfe for writing this song, but we'll get to him once we talk about the lyric era home videos. This was the final time that the I Love You song was sung along by Barney and the Kids, as well as Baby Bop and BJ, and starting with 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons, which we'll get to later, Barney sings the famous song all by himself. And since that, it has become a staple norm for the rest of the franchise. And of course, there are some errors from the screener and the original 96 VHS release. Both Joseph Phillips and Tony Pegg were credited as the original Games music section of the end credits. Although starting with the 97 UK release, the credits were fixed, so Bernard Wolfe is the person who credited the song. Overall, I think Barney's Fun and Games is a really good and a fun video. The visual effects are great, the game machine is a unique concept, and it was an enjoyable, fun experience. So I would have to give this video a 9 out of 10. Barney's 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons. I think Dino fan Cody says it best.
Okay, so let's do 4 seasons day, but longer.
After the kids had a nice picnic, as well as Barney having a peanut butter sandwich, BJ just can't wait to play his favorite outdoor games and sports. But it never seems to be the right season of the year. So Barney and the kids helped him with 4 magical jars and a little bit of imagination, and helped him experience the 4 seasons all in 1 year. Started off with spring, where they look all of the beautiful flowers, then by using a watering can to make a basketball hoop, and splashing around the puddles when it's raining. The next season is summer, where Barney gives the children hats to keep the sun off of their faces, then playing baseball, which What a Baseball Day made its debut here, and it is a similar tune to Camptown Races. Then after playing baseball, they wanted something to cool off, so they open the jar and a tent leads them to a beach, and Barney waded in the water until he finally got himself wet. After that, they went back to the treehouse, and then they prepared for fall or autumn, no matter if you call it. After singing I Like Autumn, everyone had a Oktoberfest where they sing Go Round and Round the Village. After the fall, we head to winter, where everyone was having so much fun making snowballs and making a snowman, which Rebecca named the snowman Freddy Frostfella. And then after that, they would go down a snowy hill where they sled. After BJ suggested the idea to play ice hockey, but the effect of the season of the jar wore off. So they went to the treehouse, which given this Protoceratops an idea, he opened all of the jars and
I don't think I want to do that again.
After all of that, BJ decided to wait for the real seasons to get here, and when they do, they can refill the jars and have a Wonderland Day. I will go over the kids first. Maria is a main character this one, just right after her cameo in Shaun and the Beanstalk, and this was her only home video, and she was carried over into season 4, but she didn't stick around for that long. As for Rebecca, no, not Rebecca from Thomas and Friends, darn it! Thank you. As for Rebecca, this was her only appearance and then she was never seen again after that. And like I said before, what is the point of bringing in one and done characters? Aside from the kids, what are the good stuff? Well, I like the song I Just Can't Wait, which made its debut here. As for sledding, it's catchy despite being the same exact tune as Sailing Sailing, and it was never used again. I also like the funny moments here in this, where the kids groan after BJ ate a pickle sandwich, BJ throwing the basketball into the hoop, Terrific Tasha uses her super speed to catch the ball, the jars wobbled wildly as Barney is trying to get some of the sand off of his feet, this cute moment from Rebecca, and of course, BJ opening all of the season jars. Overall, this home video is pretty entertaining and it does a good job explaining the 4 seasons of the year, and the special effects and CGI backgrounds are fine, although they can be a bit dated. So overall, I give Barney's 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons an 8 out of 10. Well, I'm gonna stop right here, but don't you worry, I'll be back soon with part 3 as we cover the last Barney home videos of the Lyons era. This is Draven Edwards, and I'll catch you on the flip side.